Good morning, parents. Welcome to this presentation on how we foster holiness in our children. This presentation aims to share with you the rich Catholic education that we have for our girls at CHIJ OLN. We will first talk about God's presence in our school, then we'll go into school-wide programs for all, and lastly, we will touch on programs meant for Catholic students. As a CHIJ school, heritage is a very important part of our culture. On our ISH wall and the facade that faces the outside of the school, you can see a stained glass of the nativity scene that was commissioned by Mabel Dodampe. When the school underwent renovations in the past few years, we restored this beautiful stained glass as a sign to our girls to remember God's love for all of us. As a Catholic school, we want the environment to remind our girls of God's love for them and as a reminder for them to live out the values and that our faith teaches us. So all around the school, there are crosses. For example, you can see one here along the driveway, and there are crosses in every classroom as well. Along walkways, there are verses, such as the one that you can see here by Blessed Nicholas Bari. You can also see our heritage gallery where the girls can read about the sacrifice of our IJ nuns, and we hope that their sacrifice can be a reminder to all of us to continue to be a blessing for others. In the canteen, a banner for the grace before meals reminds our girls to say their prayer before having their meals at recess or lunch. We also have a beautiful prayer room where girls can visit during recess to say a prayer for themselves or someone in need. Prayer is an integral part of our lives, and we want our children to embrace this as well. So we start the day with morning prayer before flag raising. After recess, our faith ambassadors lead their classmates in Thanksgiving prayer, as well as the dismissal prayer at the end of the day. These prayers can be found in the Girls Student Organizer in pages 18 and 19. When the Primary 1 girls join us, they too will learn these prayers. God's Word and the Gospel is a vital part of our lives. So every Monday, a verse from Sunday's reading is selected and shared with the girls. The teachers leading in the reflection explain and interpret the verse for the girls, and then they are invited to reflect on these questions and think about how they can apply these values in their lives. This way, we hope to make the Sunday readings and the gospel accessible and easy for the girls to understand. We also celebrate events in the Catholic liturgical calendar, such as Ash Wednesday, Lent and Easter, Marian months, Christmas and Thanksgiving. God also features a central part of our lives in our school events as well. So at the start of school year, Chinese New Year, Founders Day, Prefects Investiture, and even Teachers Day. These events usually includes a mass or a paraliturgy. It takes place during school hours and is designed to be inclusive for all students to participate in and to learn from. So if the students are not Catholic, we always invite them to pray in the way they are taught at home and to observe and respect the values that are shared during these school-wide programs. Let me now share with you some pictures from these events. So here you can see Father Kenson celebrating Mass as well as our girls holding up their oranges. We are very thankful that the safe management measures have been eased since. So Mass has already been moved to a whole school event in the hall. Ash Wednesday, we shared the Stations of the Cross with our girls in a notice on the notice board, and here you can see our girls looking at Jesus' journey to Calvary and his sacrifice that he made for us. We value partnership with parents, so for Lent, we prepared a family package and encourage our students and their parents to journey with Jesus during this 40 days of Lenten journey. And each day is a different faith activity for them to do together. The girls were also able to participate in the sacrament of reconciliation. We invited priests from different parishes to hear their confessions. There are many liturgical events and celebrations that may be difficult for students to understand. In school, we make it accessible for them by explaining the significance of actions and why we celebrate these. So, for example, on Monday, Thursday, we observed the washing of the feet, and we explained to the students what truly servant leadership is about. Catholic teachers and students participated in this, and it was a visible sign of what it means to be truly humble in serving others. There were also some students and teachers from other faiths who participated in this event, and they too found it very meaningful. One of the hallmarks of an IJ education is a love for others. During our Lent program, we wanted to encourage our girls to be able to give of themselves willingly and to learn to make small sacrifices. There were two projects that the girls took part in. The first one was Project Good, gift of $1, where we encouraged the girls to put aside a little bit of their pocket money to donate to the IJ Homes and Children's Centers. We also wanted to encourage them to learn about the cultural practices of our faith. So the proceeds of the hot cross buns that the girls purchased were also donated to IJHCC. What is Easter without an Easter egg hunt? So the girls looked around their classroom for paper Easter eggs that were hidden by our faith ambassadors. And on each egg, there was a question, a quiz question, and the girls had to answer it to learn about Jesus' life and sacrifice at Easter. In the months of May and October, we reflect on Jesus' life through the rosary. In these photos, you can see our faith ambassadors who lead in the different faith activities. Through this, they develop leadership skills and become confident and strong speakers. A part of what we do is also to make the faith visible to our girls. Each petal that you see in front of Mother Mary represents a student who has said 1 decade of the Rosary. This is a very strong visual symbol of the praying community at IJOLN, and this builds bonds between the girls and creates a very strong praying culture in our school, and it makes it visible to the girls. In addition to all the activities that we prepare for our students, our Catholic girls also participate in the Together Learning About Christ program. This program takes place during curriculum hours, and it aims to develop the attitudes, values, and ethics as a child of God. It consists of a variety of activities. The teachers teach them how to pray and guide them on reflecting on parables as well as learning how to sing hymns. It is important to note that the TLC program in school aims to help our girls journey through life through the lens with the lens of our Catholic faith. This does not replace catechism in church, as we do not prepare the girls for the sacraments such as First Confession and First Communion. Lastly, we also organize Zoom rosary prayer sessions for girls and their families, and it's always a very joyful occasion coming together as a large community to pray. Thank you very much. If you have a question that we have not addressed, please feel free to write into us at chijon@moe.edu.sg. Thank you.